Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the 5th episode of Symphogear. This one's titled From the Bottom of Darker Depths. Although on Crunchyroll, it's From the Bottom of Darker. So I don't know if that's just them missing out a word or what's going on with that, but either way. I know it's been a while since we watched Symphogear. I've been very inconsistent with the Patreon upload shows. It's just that in order to actually catch back up on seasons, I've had to drop some of them momentarily just so I can get back up, because past couple of weeks have been rough. I've had my sleeping issues, my dad went to the hospital, I actually flooded the kitchen. Well, I didn't flood the kitchen flooded itself because our taps have always been iffy, and they finally gave out, so we had to get that fixed. So, trying to catch up on everything. I think I'm going to be able to do it this week, and hopefully nothing more happens, and we can actually get on with watching Symphogear, because I am behind. We're on episode 5 here. I want to be on episode 7 or 8 by now, really, if I want to complete this in good time. So, end of season, we're going to be ramping up through a lot of these episodes, I imagine. As other shows drop out, I'll be replacing them with some Symphogear episodes. So we might get 2 or 3 episodes of Symphogear a week by the end of it. We'll see how the season ends up going and how the transition from this season into next goes. But still, anyway, just to refresh our memories, we had last week was backstory on Kanade and Tsubasa. Kanade was brought into Section 2 after her family was killed by the noise, wanted to get revenge, and went through some very torturous medical experiments and treatments to make her compatible with Gungear, which eventually worked, but she had to really push herself through it. And I think that kind of impacted Tsubasa a bit, because Tsubasa was the first, and I guess for a time thought she might be the only one to be able to be compatible with these relics. So maybe that added some extra pressure onto her, and the feeling like she had to do it because no one else will. However, through their music, they formed Zweiwing, and Tsubasa kind of opened up and started to become a bit more cheerful than she originally was and currently is. However, we all know how that went with episode 1. That ultimately didn't end up going too well, and Tsubasa started to close herself back off again. And I think the hope here is that the Section 2 staff are thinking, if Hibiki sticks around and proves to Tsubasa, hey, you don't need to be the only one to do this, you have others you can rely on and will help, maybe that will let her open up again. And I guess over the course of this season, maybe even in the next couple of seasons, she'll start to open up more and more. That's how I imagine that her development will go, but it depends on what events happen. But in a fight against, I believe, Chris, I don't think they ever stated her name, but I believe that character is Chris, since that's the character used for the Patreon logo at the beginning. She uses the Nehustan. Maybe I'm getting that right. Nehustan armor, which isn't a Symphogear. It's just a completed relic that takes on the form very similar to a Symphogear, is what I understand from it, right? I think I'm getting that correct. Symphogear is specifically the ones made by this part of the government, Section 2, well, I guess other sections as well, but specifically designed to be engineered for their use, and are not like a completed relic like Nehustan. Am I getting that right? Who knows if I am. I'm sure I'll get plenty of comments of it, Net probably being one of them. But yeah, we had to use our Superb song, which is basically our ultimate move, that Tsubasa just barely survived. And we learn a bit more about Tsubasa after those, in the 2 years after Kanade's death, and how that impacted her. And now Hibiki has more resolve and is like, I need to improve myself, I need to strengthen myself, because if I can't protect myself, how am I meant to protect others? So we are training with Genjiro, who still we haven't quite explained how he is that powerful, despite being like, looks like a normal person. Didn't really answer that, but yeah, I'm kind of curious if that's ever going to come back up again. But for now, I don't know what we're doing right now. I don't know if they actually previewed what was going to happen next time. This show doesn't actually have previews, as far as I remember, so I don't know what we're doing this episode. I guess we'll see. I'm just going to load the episode up, I guess. There's nothing more I can do. So yeah, as per usual, these are turn-based reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from this season and future seasons. Some backdated shows like Mario to the Patriot, which we're picking back up next season. Patreon request shows such as this and World Trigger. World Trigger will be coming out tomorrow, hopefully. We also have a monthly movie poll that just went up. For the next week, you can vote on what movie you'd like me to watch if you're a Patreon member. So we watched Your Name last month in February. In March, we'll see what we end up watching. Might be Weathering With You, might be Wolf Children. Outside Hope, maybe it could be Promare. I don't think it's going to be Promare. But we'll see. We'll see how that vote ends up going. Here on YouTube, we do time-based. Bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time of the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Don't play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watch this one on Crunchyroll, since that's who licensed it here in the UK. That's where I can legally view it. I believe this ends up being the Blu-ray version, but I genuinely couldn't tell you the difference between the two of them. I don't know them enough to know what the difference is. It's Crunchyroll version we're watching. No logos or anything to start, which can be straight into the episode from a fade-in. You can use Screen Flash on my face or the mic to tell once he's doing anything, and that should help you sync it up. And with all that said, let's just get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Hello, school. Yep, she's not here. 4:45. Training. I still feel like she's going to learn about what's going on eventually, and that's going to come back to bite us. Oh shit! Wait, what? Okay. OP time. I remember seeing a comment on, I think it was episode 3 of this, about subtitles and stuff. Crunchyroll does not subtitle this OP, unfortunately. I mean, it's something that I wish more shows did. Funimation sometimes does it for their shows. They do often subtitle OPs and stuff, and music. Crunchyroll often doesn't. I know someone said that a lot of the song lyrics and the meanings behind them really do help with understanding things, which is very true. And the music in the show is so good, I would like to understand the lyrics as well. Alright, here we go. From the bottom of darker depths. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was not Dark Hunting. The guy's pretty good. Oh boy. Fingers. Not the greatest. I like her character though. Who the hell's this? Oh, that's her. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. So she has something over Chris. Ooh. Hmm. Jesus. That's not true. Sure. Yeah. It's a cool building, but. Hmm. You think they'd have some sort of influence with the school, right? Just to keep this secret up? Oh well. But. It's a good question. Hmm. Right, yes. Right, they're in charge of keeping it secret. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. They tell you to do something the moment you do it properly. Hmm. Interesting, okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense for America. Hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Of course she has a. That car suits her so much. Jesus, she's a reckless driver though. Jesus. I'm never getting in a car with her. Never. Uh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. 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 Okay. Perfect attendance is overrated. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hello. Oh shit. I guess these Americans. Huh? Huh? Right. Extremist groups. Hmm. She called it. I thought. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not good. Mm-hmm. Durandal. Someone explains how all these names came about and what their relevance is in history. Hmm. Oh. Memory Ruins. That's a name. I think he's tucked his tie into his pocket. I've never seen that. Okay. Jesus. It's quite deep. How are we transporting this? Hmm. She's gonna get dragged into it eventually. I just know it. Yeah, we do. We do. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Yeah. That car is so out of place. Uh, that car is so out of place. Well, that's one down. Yeah, we noticed. Does it? I think it has to be noise, really. Oh shit. Okay, it is noise. Jesus. Hmm. Okay. Yep. At least they bailed. Well then. I think it's time to activate. So Chris is here as well. The hell? What? Yes. Transform. Alright, there are subtitles on this bit. Okay, smash them out. This is good. Mm-hmm. Huh? What's going on? Oh boy. Oof. I think an arms gear might be coming to you. Okay. Yep, no you don't. Oh. Holy shit. This is incredible. That's a cool shot. We have our armed gear. We're berserk mode though. Holy shit. Jesus fuck. She overdid it though. Yep. Holy fuck. How the hell was she able to use that? Jesus. Mm-hmm. I have so many questions about you now. So many questions. Am I just taking it back to... Mm, God damn it. What a fucking episode. Whilst they were activating Durandal, that entire time I had chills. Is this a different ED? No. It's just a different... I don't remember that little bit before this. It's been a while since I watched this ED, so... Alright. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. That was something else. Man, I'm annoyed I haven't caught up to this point before now. Wow. Huh. Yeah, I'm really, really curious about Ryoko now. She's doing something. Something's off. Like, why did she have that case that still had a little bit of blood on it? How did she have whatever power she was using at that point? I mean, I'm still curious how Genjiro managed to stand up to a Symphogear as well. I feel like there's more to explain there. And Hibiki managed to activate Durandal somehow. How the hell we managed that, I have no idea. But once again, we went in Berserk mode, which I guess is her... I guess that's meant to represent how Hibiki is not fully in control of her actions. Because, like, she's very capable of fighting without Berserk mode now. Just with her Symphogear. With Gungear, but as soon as she went for Durandal, she went into Rage mode, which I think is just so much power going through her that she doesn't have any control over it, and that's why she's Berserk, right? I think that's what they're trying to imply with that, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see as time goes on. But again, that was her with a Symphogear using a completed relic. Well, intact relic. I don't know if they said it was completed relic necessarily, but yeah, and Chris had to just back off even then, which is interesting. I wonder who the true identity of the people that attacked were. I mean, they said they were like terrorists and extremist groups, but I think it's a bit more... I don't think that's the whole story. They spoke English. Or English, I should say. The English at the beginning of that episode was... It wasn't great. But, you know, whatever. I think the rest of her made up for the English, let's be honest. Yeah, that was one hell of an episode. Like, the fights are very, very hype. The music as well. And I think someone points out, like, at the very beginning how... Especially Aoyuki, when she was doing this, like... The songs and what's happening in the scene are simultaneous. It's not like you're just playing the song as a background track over it. That is the VA singing, and you especially heard it when she was tripping with her heels. How, like, she transitioned from song to just normal what was happening in the world to back into song. That's a nice little extra touch, because many shows will put some music soundtrack, maybe even a full insert song with vocals over a fight. But to have the character singing and still putting, like, effects into their singing, so, like, as they swing their sword, so instead of just talking, they're talking like they were just about to swing a sword like that, but with singing. I can't sing, so I'm not going to even attempt to, because I do not want to harm your ears any further. But, like, things like that, so if for a talking example, you're talking and you take a hit like that and you're just gritting through it because you've just been hit, so you're just trying to power through it, like, using that in the singing is a very, very nice touch, and I hope that's something that sticks through all the way through to the 5th season, all through them, because it's a nice choice, and I don't know if that was initially their plan. I think someone said that Aoyuki, that was, like, her choice to do it, and, like, everyone thought that was an incredible idea, so they started doing it as well. I can't remember the story of that, but yeah, it's a nice little touch. What a hype episode, though. What a very, very hype episode. And knowing that, from what you guys have said, that every series just gets better and better and better, I'm so hyped. Because I think, for 2012, this is fantastic. Like, you gotta remember, this came out in 2012. That's 9 years ago now this started coming out. It's crazy to think that this was 9 years ago. And how well it's holding up as well. That's the thing with anime. Anime holds up very, very well. Everything post-2006 widescreen, everything post there still holds up for the most part. Certain artistic styles you wouldn't see too much. Like, I feel like the Clannad style, that kind of disappeared. There was also another one that's similar to Clannad but is not. Is it Canon? Was that the name of the show? I don't think so. No, yeah, it was Canon. That style of face, that definitely went out of style. Well, that was 2002, to be fair. There was a 2006 make, but this style of face with the really massive eyes and, like, the very squished faces, that style has kind of gone out now. Haven't actually watched Canon. I watched Clannad, but not Canon. Don't know if there's if Canon's any good or not. We'll see. Maybe it'll end up as a show request one day. You never know. But yeah, that was a goddamn hype episode, and I'm glad to be back into it, and I really need to catch back up. Hopefully, well, if everything works out, next week we might be able to get 2 episodes in. I'm not going to promise it, because who knows what might happen, considering the month I've had, but hopefully we can start doing more episodes as time goes on, and we can actually catch back up to where I would like to actually be. If I can get around about episode 7, episode 8, I'll be happy. Episode 8, preferably, I would like to be on. So if we do 2 episodes next week, and then another 2 episodes after that, maybe we'll be closer to where I want to be. But we'll see. But thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Very, very enjoyable episode. One of my favourites of the series. Don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 live you can find on the channel, as well as all the Patreon shows that are on Patreon as well. So thank you for watching. Until next time. See you guys later.